Alright, what's up guys? It's khcentral. How you guys doing today? What's up? I'm back with a very different video for you guys today. This is not something I usually talk about on this channel, talking about the Kingdom Hearts community in general and stuff like that, but just based off of recent events that have been happening in the community over like the past 2 weeks, what these Kingdom Hearts YouTubers have been doing and talking about and changing with their channels and stuff like that, I have to make a video on it, because it's been kind of agging at me to do it ever since this stuff's been going down. Now I know the whole community is talking about the being at each other's throats and stuff like that, and that's something that I kind of want to discuss, but not right now. That's not going to be the focus for this video. This is kind of more important to me. It's been something that I've wanted to talk about for a very, very long time now. I think I've made a video like this 5 times over the past like 3 years or something like that. But just over these past couple of days, with all this stuff going on, I have to give my 2 cents on this and kind of talk about it, kind of give my perspective on everything, kind of show where I'm coming from and why I'm doing what I've been doing as of recent, and, you know, just kind of show some support for my fellow creators out there, for them making the changes and stuff like that. I want to show them some support and kind of discuss what this means for the future. So this is going to be me being straight up with you guys, not going to be a script or anything like that. You know, I never do scripted videos. I feel like it's disingenuous to do it that way, so there's not going to be that. Sorry if this video may be a little bit disjointed. I will try to organize it the best I can. I tend to ramble sometimes. I'm just simply giving my perspective on this whole situation, kind of showing how it's affecting me and how I feel about everything, because again, it's something that I've been wanting to talk about. Also, kind of explain everything that's going on, where things are heading, and again, show support for my fellow creators, because that's what I think they need right now. Anyways, let's actually get into the video. So over like the past 2 weeks or so, that's when I kind of started noticing this stuff starting to happen, and kind of when I started to make these changes too. There's been a lot of changes going on in the Kingdom Hearts community, specifically on the YouTube side. That's what we're going to be focusing on for the purposes of this video. There's been a lot of changes made to a lot of the Kingdom Hearts YouTubers' content style, their direction, what videos they're making. If you're subscribed to a lot of other Kingdom Hearts YouTubers, if you're subscribed to me, I'm guessing you are, I'm pretty sure you've seen these videos pop up in your subscription feeds, and you were very surprised, I guess. I don't know how you feel about it. They've gotten a lot of positive reception, which is really good. The 3 main videos that we're focusing on for this video, because they're from the 3 bigger ones, is from thegamesjoint. He was the first one to kind of put a video out on this and discuss it. Second one is from Sarah, who did it a little bit differently, but, you know, kind of still the same basic idea. And also skywardwing, who just put a video out on this yesterday and made a big changes and changed his name to sirskyward. These 3 videos, while Sarah's video is a little bit different, have the same basic idea. They are starting to branch out a little bit from just regular Kingdom Hearts based content. You know, they're not exclusively doing that anymore. You know, skywardwing, he was never really doing that specifically, but, you know, thegamesjoint, keybaldesarah, they kind of went in a little bit more depth of what they were doing. Of course, I have linked to their videos in the description, so you can go watch them in full to get the full context of everything that's going on in here. I'll just do little brief overviews in here, but go watch their videos and support them in that way. And again, it's something that I've been wanting to talk about too, so I just want to use these videos like kind of like a prefix to what I'm going to be talking about a little bit in here. Here's what they talked about in their videos. Firstly, thegamesjoint, again, he put his out first, and the basic summary of what he put out in there is that he is going to be, again, branching out from just Kingdom Hearts videos. You know, he's been doing that for so long. He's, of course, the biggest one, undeniably.
If I really want to keep at this YouTube thing and make it a long-term thing, because I absolutely love what I do here, then I really, really, really have to cut ties with Kingdom Hearts. Hell, I mean, who knows how long we're going to be waiting until the next Kingdom Hearts game comes out. In the sense of how fast the Kingdom Hearts game is coming out, who knows, we might even have an announcement next year or the year after that the next one is coming out soon. But that being said, I just really don't think that I can go forward continuing to do Kingdom Hearts based content if, of course, I do want to do this YouTube thing for a long time. And not only that, but also just expand and continue to grow my channel.
He had to move in back with his parents because of financial troubles, which is just really crappy. I hate that for him. Main point is that he is kind of starting to move away from Kingdom Hearts content. He's kind of separating himself out from that a little bit. It's surprising coming from him, I guess, because he is the biggest Kingdom Hearts channel out there, again, undeniably, and he's making these big kind of changes. So, you know, that kind of came as like a what? I wasn't surprised by it, like at all. Just a lot of people were kind of like, wow, that's actually happening. That was what his video was about. Next up, Sarah posted a video about a couple days later, kind of addressing the same topic, but a different kind of context for it, which addresses a completely different topic in the whole Kingdom Hearts community, which is a whole different can of worms in of itself. I don't want to talk about that fully in this video because I don't want to go on tirade. I'll just address it briefly for the sake of this video. I may make a video on it later. Who knows? This one just makes me so freaking mad, man. It really does, because of the things that people are doing and saying and throwing her way. Again, go watch her video for the full context of everything that's going on and make sure you support her and stuff like that. But TLDR, she has not been uploading a lot on YouTube over the past couple months. Ever since she kind of ended her Kingdom Hearts 3 reaction series, she's been kind of on the down low on that. She's mainly a Twitch streamer, so that makes sense. But it's just on YouTube. It's been noticeably absent. You know, she's been only uploading like a couple videos ever since that happened. She's been also kind of branching out of Kingdom Hearts on Twitch as well. Been playing a lot more Final Fantasy. She's branching out of that little mold too. The reasons, again, is a little bit different, but she says is that there's just, because of all the negativity that's been going on in the community and a lot of stuff that's being thrown different ways, and especially to her, she has been she's just not really in the right space to kind of talk about that right now. Basically, TLDR of what's going on in the community right now. People who really like Kingdom Hearts 3 are looking at people who have legit criticisms for Kingdom Hearts 3 and starting to attack them for being dumb and not liking Kingdom Hearts 3 and pretty much like all that kind of stuff. It's also the same on the other side as well. People who really don't like the game, people who really like the game and have legit praises for it, are being attacked for the same reasons. They just feel like they're dumb for liking the game in the first place. It's just a kind of back and forth situation. It's really split down the middle. And, you know, it was bad if the game first came out, of course, because that's when it all started and when everyone started putting out their opinions on it and stuff like that. It was bad then. But, like, recently, I guess, like, in the past couple months, it seems like it's been getting more and more amplified and more kind of, like, just going at each other's throats. There's much more negativity being injected into the whole thing. Let's just say that. Man, it just the TLDR for my opinions on this whole situation. If you like the game, fine, great, amazing. That's awesome. I do too. If you don't like the game, fine, great, amazing. I do not care. Either way, okay? You're still a cool person, as long as you're not a dick about it, okay? Just don't be mean to other people for having a different opinion than you, because why? I can't believe I have to actually say that, because it should be just common sense. Apparently, people just like to be closed-minded, ignorant people, or just like to be egotistical and think their opinion is the only one that matters. Maybe it's both, I don't know. Just don't be mean to other people just because they have a different opinion than you. They have the right to an opinion as much as you do. And if they have legit criticisms, just discuss it with them if you disagree. That's what's healthiest, and that's what helps make the game better overall, because the devs do listen to that. Don't be mean. That's pretty much it. Just don't be mean to other people and you'll be fine. I can't believe that has to be said. But, like, why do we have to do this with almost, like, every big media release nowadays? It doesn't matter the medium, like movies, TV, video games, whatever. There has to be some sort of war in a fandom because there's differing opinions and it doesn't agree sometimes with the consensus, quote unquote. Who cares? We're all human beings. We're all made differently. We all have different backgrounds and experiences. We tend to view things a little bit differently because of that. So there shouldn't be any surprise that people have different opinions on things. You're not the most important person in the world. Let people speak what they want to speak, all right? I'm done talking about this. It just makes me so mad. That's all.
Now let's talk about Sky's video.
So he is pretty much doing a lot of the same things that Jared is doing. He's also branching out of Kingdom Hearts a little bit. He's just doing a lot more stuff that he wants to do, making sure his heart's in it and making sure he's happy making videos, because he wasn't for a long time.
Ever since Kingdom Hearts 3 release, the mentality around it for me personally has been, I don't really want to talk about this game anymore. More specifically because it just is not something that I can sustain. YouTube has been my job for quite a long time, and I've been actually for the last several months been looking for ways out. Finally at a position now where I could just look at YouTube and I want to go back to the way I felt when I used to make videos before, where every single video had 100% of my heart in it, and Skywardwing after a while didn't start doing that. There will be more uploads here in the future, but they will be completely different. They will not be only pertaining to Kingdom Hearts. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna upload Kingdom Hearts related content. It's just not there. It's just not in me anymore. And I finally, after I actually had someone scream the sense into me yesterday, I finally figured out what I need to do.
Making sure that the videos are gonna be great again and that he can have fun making them again. And the big difference with him is that he's gonna be kind of rebranding his whole thing. He's gonna be changing his name from skywardwing to sirskyward, which I love that name. It's so proper and so sophisticated. Yeah, it's so funny. I love it. He has been trying to get out of YouTube a little bit, and he's recently got a job that's helping him get to some more connections, I'm guessing, in the animation industry, which I'm super proud of him for doing that. I know that's his kind of passion, so I'm super happy that he's actually getting to do that. I'm so excited for that new anime short. It's got it coming out. I forget the name of it right now. It's kind of pretty much it. And there's other little things that are going on too. Dean, Sora Alum 1, he has been kind of out of the little space a little bit. He's only made like 2 videos or something like that ever since Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. I don't know if that's because he's working hard on other videos. I think he is. That's probably it. But, you know, he's not been that active on here either. And, you know, Volted is just completely tipped off of YouTube and let someone else make videos for him instead. I'm happy that he's actually being successful at other things now. I've making a lot of the changes too. If you saw that video that I made like about a couple weeks ago, I'm also branching out of Kingdom Hearts 2 and breaking out of that mold. I am also trying to change out my content, make it more edited, make it something I'm more proud of, make it something that I can say is good, because the stuff before wasn't really that good, I don't think. I'm kind of in the similar boat. But now here comes part of the video where I kind of explain what all this stuff means, why all this stuff's happening, and, you know, why it's not really surprising to me, and why I'm feeling a very similar kind of way recently. That's the other kind of big thing I want to discuss with this video. Let's kind of get into that. So, you know, there's kind of 2 main reasons why a lot of us feel this way. I've been doing Kingdom Hearts YouTube just as long as they have. I started alongside them way back in 2013. I was one of the original Kingdom Hearts YouTubers, I guess. Been going through the cycle of Kingdom Hearts with them, and I kind of feel, I guess, a similar way. First reason why I bring it up here is we're just so burnt out on Kingdom Hearts at this point now. So YouTuber burnout is something that has been discussed a lot, and you probably heard about it a lot over like the past year and a half, something like that. A lot of YouTubers are kind of discussing their experiences and opinions and stuff like that on YouTuber burnout and how they feel about it, especially over the past month. YouTube, from the outside looking in, is probably one of like least stressful jobs on the face of the planet, because it just seems like easy to do. You're just sitting at a computer desk all day making these funny lol videos, and you're uploading them to YouTube. Sometimes they get a lot of views, and then in turn you get a lot of money, and, you know, it just seems like it's not stressful at all. Oh man, that could not be any further from the truth there, my friend. For my YouTube friends out there, you definitely know about all this stuff. I think we've all gone through it at some point. YouTube is probably one of the most stressful jobs in the world, if I'm thinking about it, really. It's not like a sweatshop or like a factory or anything like that where you're getting physically injured, I guess depending on the case. It's just the amount of pressure and demands that are having to be put on like 90% of the time a one-man crew. It's just ridiculous, man. It really is. The YouTube algorithm is something that's talked about a lot. System that YouTube uses to recommend videos to you to watch next, like in your suggested videos feed on the homepage is something that they also really do with that, and search results. All that kind of stuff handled by the YouTube algorithm. And the algorithm really, really likes consistency, retention, and watch time. All those 3 things are kind of the big 3 main factors in that. Because of course you have to be consistently uploading. If you're not consistently uploading, like even if you take like 1 week break sometimes with your channel, depending on what kind of videos you make, YouTube might screw you over overnight and ruin your career like that. Retention, keep your audience interested and keeping them watching videos and making sure they're still interested in what you do. And also the watch time. They have to make sure that you have like a majority of the video being watched by the audience. Since these videos can be like very hard to make sometimes, it could take days or even weeks to edit some of these videos sometimes, it can be just so stressful to try and keep up with that, since again 90% of the time it's a one-man crew. You have to put all of your heart and energy into making these YouTube videos, man, and as a result the people just get so stressed out, they get tired, they get worn out, they feel so pressured, and, you know, they put these expectations on themselves that a lot of the times they really can't meet. But you can't stop, you gotta keep making the videos, so they keep on going, and eventually that just leads to so many other problems. It leads to them getting like depressed and sad and anxious, and a lot of other mental health problems come associated with that. You know, you also have the amount of pressure that's being put on by your audience to just keep on making good videos and being consistent and being, it just ruins you, man. It just drains you. It isolates you from the rest of the world. Your social life becomes zilch. And that's, I think, when you officially hit the burnout stage. It can be really, really damaging to a lot of people's psyche and a lot of people's ability to have a good life. And of course, since we're also YouTubers at the same time, Kingdom Hearts YouTubers, we experience a lot of that kind of stuff too. We experience burnout, we experience stress, we experience that kind of negative stuff. But I think being a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber in particular, it makes burnout 10 times worse let me kind of explain. So don't get me wrong when I'm saying this. The Kingdom Hearts universe is a very, very vast place. It's something that seems, you know, limitless. There's a bunch of stuff you could talk about. It's crazy the amount of stuff that's in there, and there is a lot of stuff that can be talked about. That is true. But over the years that we've been doing YouTube, we've pretty much run the gamut for what we can be talking about with Kingdom Hearts. It's not limitless. It's not never ending. There is a cap at it at some point. We all eventually run into the point where we just run out of things to talk about with it. Since Kingdom Hearts 3 news was so sporadic over the years, sometimes even months between like concrete information from Nomura, he finally decided to kind of like take a little peek out of his cave. It's also kind of hard to get out of the Kingdom Hearts mold once you're in it. It's really hard to get out of that kind of space. At least I felt really stuck in that kind of place. You just get burnt out over talking about the same thing almost every day, over and over again for years. We were just praying to God that something like that would happen, or you know, Nomura would just drop a trailer on us so we would have something to analyze and talk about and make 20 different videos on discussing it, and hopefully keep this whole train going so we can actually get views, which will get us money, which will get us food, which we need to survive. It's just such a stressful thing, man, being Kingdom Hearts YouTuber. skywardwing, he realized this very, very early on. He made those changes. He started talking about different things like Steven Universe and Cartoon Network shows, and that's where the majority of his success comes from. So hey, there you go with that. Go him. But Jared, oh my God, man, Jared, I can't even imagine how burnt out and stressed out he must have felt. I mean, I'm not making exceptions, but man, I can't even imagine what kind of stress and burnout he must have felt from doing that Kingdom Hearts content for that many years, man. Especially being the biggest one and having the most pressure of anyone. That must have been just truly outrageous. We're not gonna stop making Kingdom Hearts content. That's to say that, like they mentioned, it's not going to stop, but it's just going to be much more sporadic since we're just kind of burn out on it. And that leads me to main reason number 2, and that is like, yo, the views aren't there anymore, man. If you take a look at this social blade graph right here for the GamersJoint and sirskyward, you can notice that there's a big old dip there at the end, because that's after Kingdom Hearts 3's release, and we made all our videos on it and stuff like that. Content stopped coming out, so the views, of course, went down. People not being interested in our content anymore because of that, so they're kind of unsubscribing and leaving. So whenever we do post videos, not getting as many views as they were before. Also, since that's the case, since people are leaving, kind of waiting until next Kingdom Hearts game comes out, which, I mean, yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind's coming out this winter, but really how much engagement is that going to bring back? The YouTube sees that we're not posting that many videos anymore, sees our little inconsistency with that. The algorithm on YouTube really doesn't like that kind of stuff. So it sees that our audience isn't interested anymore, and we're not interested anymore in our YouTube channel. So it just doesn't promote us anymore in suggested videos, because that's where a lot of the views come from. That's where a lot of our exposure comes from for different people. So a lot of the community has been kind of taken out and suggested based off that alone, I think. And that's why views are also really down.
We don't inconsistency go around here. I was taking a break. No! Fuck out of here.
YouTube doesn't like us. People are starting to kind of leave. We're getting burnt out on it, so we're not making as many videos. The views aren't there anymore. And of course, doing this as a job, so we have to make money. It's not getting that much money, so you have to branch out, man. You have to. We are all burnt out and broke because of Kingdom Hearts. The fact alone that there's so many years between releases of this game series, it's just YouTube just kills it. And also there is another factor that's going into it, at least for me, to make these changes, something that happened just recently. I don't know about the other YouTubers out there, what they're thinking of right now, but this is just at least it for me, and I think a lot of other people are starting to think about this thing too, so I'm just gonna bring it up for that reason. And since I know this is still a very sensitive and serious topic to a lot of people out there, including me, you probably know where I'm going with this at this point. If you don't want to talk about this just yet, if you're not ready to, if you're still really affected by it, and you're not comfortable really kind of discussing it just yet, I recommend you skip to this point in the video, to skip over this part. I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. If you're still feeling comfortable about it, that's fine. We all deal with this stuff differently, so if that's the case for you, please just skip to this part in the video. The whole Etika situation, man, it's just a tragedy through and through, in every aspect. I don't think that needs to be said, but it really is just a tragedy all around, because it is the worst possible case scenario that could happen in this situation. The worst case scenario. And you know, the day that we got the news of what happened, we were all shocked and stunned, especially his big fans and the people who really did love watching him, stuff like that. I was kind of one of them. Of course, he hit me real hard because, you know, I love watching him and he's gone now. And, you know, friends and family, God, I can't even imagine what they must have gone through. Suicide is probably the worst thing to do to them, especially like this. I think us YouTubers, though, I think we got hit in our own special way because we saw what happened. We saw that it kind of stemmed from YouTuber burnout. And we knew that it was a serious issue, and we knew that it should be fixed, but we now knew that it could be fatal. It could kill us. This is at least how I experienced it. You know, it may be different for you, but this is how I kind of processed everything, since I was kind of knee deep in burnout at that time. I started to make those changes on YouTube like immediately after. You know, I think I posted that video like a couple days after what happened. I hope that something like that never has to happen again. As long as we educate people how to use YouTube responsibly, how to work on it responsibly, and how not to get too wrapped up in it. You know, just being there for the people who are going through that kind of stuff. I think we can be good. I think we'll get a difference that way. So, sad part of the video over. Now that I got that big old part of the video over, the sad part over, let's kind of go into where I think the community is going to go from here. I'll try to keep this as brief as possible since I'm already going on long enough as it is. The community, of course, is still going to be going. Of course, it won't die. As long as the series is still around and not fully canceled, there's still going to be a community around it. From what I've been noticing, the smaller creators are doing hella well right now. Obvious examples, Roxas. God, that guy is blowing up right now. Prodigy, that's my boy Prodigy. He's still growing really, really fast right now. He's still getting them views, man. It's crazy. And you know, Kingdom Ace, some other YouTubers like that, those smaller YouTubers, they're actually getting a lot of traction right now. They're actually getting a lot of views. I think maybe we were just in a transition period from one generation of Kingdom Hearts YouTubers to the next. They're putting a lot of effort into these videos, man. They're really good. They're really great. I love them, especially Roxas' videos and Prodigy's, because, you know, Prodigy is my boy, and Roxas, God, that guy knows everything about Kingdom Hearts. So, you know, I think they're going to pick up the mantle, maybe when the next Kingdom Hearts game comes out. Maybe they'll be the next version of the Key Keepers or whatever. You know, they'll be the big guys and the big kahunas. Seeing as I'm part of the older generation, and, you know, I think YouTube doesn't like older channels. They kind of demote them as the longer they go. I'm still kind of part of the smaller YouTuber circle. I think that us smaller people, I think we're gonna pick it up. I think that's pretty cool. Again, if you don't want to get burned out and you don't have a burning passion for Kingdom Hearts, just don't do it. I don't think it's worth it, man. You can watch Kingdom Hearts content all you want, but just be aware, if you start it, you're gonna be very, very stressed and very burnt out at some point, unless you pace yourself. But just know that YouTube is not a great place for that kind of thing. It really doesn't like to promote that, and I think that should change, honestly. I think with the whole etiquette thing, I think they should change that, because they should know that this constant putting out of videos, only like corporations can keep up with that. People like us smaller YouTubers, we can't keep up with that. We're just one man most of the time. They need to kind of work on that, I think. Now here comes the part of the video where I kind of, you know, just kind of explain my whole perspective on this whole situation right here. Kind of explain where I'm coming from and why I'm doing what I'm doing on my channel specifically. And, you know, explain how I kind of feel very trapped. And I feel like I'm in a very crappy situation right now. I feel like I have it like the worst out of every Kingdom Hearts YouTuber. Like I keep on mentioning, I'm doing these kind of similar changes too. I'm branching out of Kingdom Hearts content a little bit. I'm making sure that I'm happy with the videos too. I'm doing all the changes that I should be doing, it seems like. Here's one major difference with me. I'm making the other kind of content that I'm making, which is kind of like meme kind of stuff, on another channel that I started called Loki Matt. Go check the link in the description if you want to go check that out. I'll be uploading a lot on there very soon. A lot of people, they're just starting it on their own channel. I don't know, you may be wondering this, but you're probably saying like, hey, why don't you just start making new content on this other channel? Why don't you just expand and kind of step back a little bit from Kingdom Hearts on here? A channel with 8,600 subscribers. Wouldn't that make more logical sense? At first, yes. Of course, that would make more logical sense. But you see, here's the thing that's really depressing and really, really scary for me and my future here on YouTube. I can't do that. I literally can't do that. Let me explain. So, yeah, there's 3 reasons. Back with the reasons again, of why I am doing this, specifically creating a new channel and not doing all this stuff on khcentral. First reason, I think maybe a little bit obvious, it's the name. It's the name, khcentral. It's trapped me. For 6+ years now, I've been going on. I don't know when I changed my name from KH3 News to KH Central. That was a long time ago. I don't remember. I've been going on under that name. That's what people know me as. I changed it up now. I just feel like nothing would really change. You're probably screaming at your computer screen right now. Why don't you just change the name? That's what everyone else did. You know, that's what Noel and Sarah did. Wouldn't that just be easier for you to do that? Start doing the other content like that? I mean, I have been posting other content on here aside from Kingdom Hearts, and only one of them really did good. Here's the other thing with that. I don't think I can really do that either. That brings me to reason number 2. I would just be alienating all my fans, I think. 100% of you guys, I think, are pretty much here for Kingdom Hearts content. I don't see any other reason why you'd be here. 99% of the videos posted on this channel are about Kingdom Hearts. It's in the name. 100% of you guys probably here for that. So if I just switched up and stepped back from Kingdom Hearts altogether on a whim when I've already built this thing up in my name and being exclusively featured on Kingdom Hearts, I just feel like that just wouldn't work. Making that big switch would just be alienating you guys, I feel. I don't, maybe not. You guys feel that way? Would you guys feel that way? Do you think that would be a good idea? But even if I didn't change the name, you're just all here for Kingdom Hearts anyways. And that leads me to reason number 3. And why I think this channel is just screwed all together is that YouTube hates me. Like I mentioned, the people are being dragged out of the algorithm now because of the inconsistency in uploads and the lack of uploads and the people leaving. You know, liking my channels getting kicked out of that. For the longest time, I have been kicked out of the recommended feeds too. That's why I'm not as big as I think I should be, because there's just several mistakes that I've made over the years. For number 1, I was inconsistent as hell over God knows how long of a time. I took indefinite breaks and come back and then take another break and just blah, blah, blah. It was just all over the place, man. And the YouTube system just broke down and like, nope, you're not getting on this ride. The amount of views that come from suggested videos, it's only 7%. 7%. That's abysmal. That is literally like bottom of the barrel right there. From what I've heard, like if you're not doing too great, you'd be in like the upper 10%, like in 10 percentile, like maybe like 17, 18% if you're not doing good. And you'd be doing really good if you're like in the 30s or 40s. But your boy's at 7. I'm not getting put in really any recommended feed. My kind of point with that is that if I make any big drastic changes like that, this channel has been scarred in battle beyond repair at this point, I think, based on just all the dumb decisions that I made when I was like 15 years old, 14 years old, whatever. I am screwed in terms of that. It's long past fixing, I think. What are you gonna do? And lastly, for this video, I kind of just want to go over how all this stuff has been affecting me personally over in recent times, because it really has, and it's really been scary. It's so depressing to think about, you know, that I might have just screwed over my entire future career here on YouTube from mistakes that I made 5 years ago when I was 14, 15 years old, because there's nothing you can do to fix it. Done is done. You can't go back and change things. And by the looks of it, I can't fix any of it now either. But I might have just ruined a future career on YouTube from dumb mistakes. Combine that with the burnout that I've been having from doing Kingdom Hearts over the past 6 years and being afraid to go out of that mold. Just burnout in general from being on YouTube, on top of being a Kingdom Hearts YouTuber at the same time. Adding on top of that is the effects of the stuff that I did outside of YouTube around the same time when I was 15, 14 years old. You know, when it was like on Twitter and stuff. God, I was such a dumb little kid. I said so many stupid things. I did so many stupid things. I started drama that shouldn't have been started. I said things that I shouldn't have been saying. I looked like the cringiest, dumbest person on earth. It really was bad. It was super bad. Thankfully, I deleted that Twitter account a long time ago. It's long gone now. But as a result of that stuff, I was kind of the big punchline to the Kingdom Hearts community's joke for a long time. I was clowned on, as we like to call it now. At least that's how I felt. And despite the fact that I was making changes in my life to become a better person and to make sure that I wasn't like that anymore, I still felt like I was completely and utterly alone, in the Kingdom Hearts community. I felt like I couldn't talk to anybody. I felt like I couldn't reach out to anybody. I felt like if I did anything, I would just be destroyed and clowned on even more, even if I tried to make things up. And I've tried to apologize a little bit in the past, but I feel like it's fallen on deaf ears. And I know you're probably saying like, well, they've probably moved on. It's 5 years. Why are you so concerned about it? Well, it's, you know, my anxiety. That's what it does to you. It makes you think about that stuff. It replays it in your mind over and over again, despite how much you want to block it out of your mind. It still replays those bad moments, and I still feel so sorry about it. You feel like you'll never be forgiven for anything because that's been kind of falling on deaf ears. I feel like I've been forgotten about. So, you know, just the effects of that, combining that with the situation in my real life, which I won't get into for the sake of this video, I felt alone completely there too, completely and utterly isolated from the entire world. And I felt like I was the only person who cared. It was like that for many years, and it reached a head at the beginning of this year when I slowly but surely started to realize this crappy situation I was in, and how I felt like I couldn't get out, and how my real life was sucky too. And you know, I was in a very dark place. I was thinking a lot of scary, dark things. Thankfully, that's starting to get a little bit better. I'm starting to get help that slowly but surely getting me to a point where I can maybe feel better. Still, that thing, it's still looming over me. I'm hopeful. Don't get me wrong, I am still hopeful for the future. The new stuff that I'm doing turns out to be successful, and I can keep this thing going because I don't want to give this up. Don't want to get into any more detail. Again, it's the only thing I really have going on for me right now. So if I gave this up, I would have nothing. So I can't quit either, but I can't keep growing if this is the case. So, but I'm hopeful. I'm trying to stay as hopeful as I can. Right, this video was much more depressing than I thought it was gonna be. So yeah, let's just end it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching all the way through. You know, what kind of suggestions do you think I should do for this channel? Because I really want to get your guys' feedback on it. I want to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys want to see, and, you know, just kind of see if I can try and do this thing again. I'm not going to stop making Kingdom Hearts content. Just know that. But tell me down in the comments below what you think about that. Also, make sure to subscribe and like this video, and follow me on Twitter, and join the Discord server. And also subscribe to the other channel, because that'd be really awesome if you did. This is Big A Central, and I will see you guys later. With whatever I come up next. All right. Bye-bye.